All right, what's up, Renegades? All you Ren fans out there, looks like we got a new song out. Eden came out, I guess, yesterday. Well, I don't know when I'm going to post this song. So it came out on Thursday. Here we go, Thursday. I'll try to post this weekend. So I'm excited to see what this one's all about. All his songs have so much meaning to them. Sometimes you got to listen to it 2 or 3 times. At least I do. Have to listen to it 2 or 3 times just to be able to get the whole picture of what's going on. I'm excited about this one. I have become a Ren fan, y'all. I will admit, I have become a Ren fan. I love his music. He tells stories, and there's actually meaning behind his. There's so much music now that doesn't have any meaning to it, and his music has meaning to it. So I'm curious to see what he's got to say. But so before we do, you please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reaction videos from me. I'm doing lots of them, y'all. I do a lot of reaction videos, and I love doing this. I love listening to music. This is like my pastime. Before I started doing reaction videos, that's all I did was sit on the couch and listen to music all day long after I got off work, of course. So let's get this started here. Ren, the song is called Eden.
Let me tell you a story as old as time, the story of Adam and Eve. It starts with a God who wanted more. God had just created the heavens and the earth. He had the angels by his side, but they had no will of their own, and so the autonomy to love or reject him was never theirs. All but for one, the once called bringer of light, Lucifer, morning star. Lucifer was the fairest and most intelligent of all the angels. He was the closest thing to God's image, and in his likeliness, Lucifer felt restless. He began to question and doubt God. He doubted the hierarchy imposed upon him. He felt God was arrogant. In his frustration, Lucifer built a throne that stood even above God's and declared mutiny. A war ensued. God, being all-powerful, came out the victor and banished Lucifer from the heavens and exiled him to earth. Once again, God was alone with his power. Perhaps from loneliness, perhaps from curiosity, perhaps from a desire to share love, God began to work on his greatest project yet, a being that would mirror himself, the human, 2 humans specifically, Adam and Eve. They were placed inside a paradise built for them on earth, the Garden of Eden. In the garden, God placed a tree that bared fruit that would grant anyone who ate it powers bestowed only to a God, to tell good from evil, left from right, to live righteously or to sin. He named this the tree of knowledge. God told Adam and Eve they could eat whatever they wanted in the garden, but never the fruit from the tree of knowledge. And if they disobeyed him, it would be punishable by death. The base.
He said, left and right. I always wondered, and I don't like getting political in these things, because that's not what I'm here for. To me, music shouldn't be political. But when you think about left and right, who's right? I mean, not like literally who's like right, but like which side is right? Because me, I can look at both sides and say, okay, well I can see this, okay, well I can see that, and I confuse people with how I stand a lot of these things. I'm an individual. I don't have a left or right. I have me, and that's how it's going to be. I'm me. So, I was just sitting there thinking about that when he said, you had left and right, had one man and woman, left and right. So I was just figure I'd throw that in there. Let's get back to this here.
Basic way the story of Eden is told is that Eve was tempted by Lucifer in the form of a serpent to eat a fruit from the tree of knowledge. Convinced, she bit the fruit, she passed it to Adam, and he did the same. Suddenly, ultimate knowledge filled their minds, and they realized they were naked and felt shame. God discovered this betrayal and felt angered. He exiled Adam and Eve and cursed them with the life of a mortal. They would work, they would bear children, and they would die. The fate of a human. Now look deeper.
In the story, the serpent tempted me by telling me I would gain ultimate knowledge and that God would spare me.
Both were true.
This wasn't some great deception, meaning that Satan, in the likeliness of God, perhaps understood his intentions. In fact,
the only lie uttered in the
Garden of Eden was
by God, who did not end up
condemning
Adam and Eve to
death.
This could be seen as an act of
mercy, but the sheer fact that the tree existed and that humans
were initially cut off from this knowledge
may imply some part of God was afraid that if humans were granted the gift of perception, they, like Lucifer, would have the power to reject him too. The fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
grant this knowledge in the first place
implies that a small part of
God, supposedly all-knowing,
perhaps wanted and intended
the humans to
bite too.
In the Bible, Satan was an exiled angel of free will. Humans are exiled
descendants of Adam and Eve.
also with free will. Not only have we shared a similar fate to the devil, we were also both constructed in the
We're
image of
also
our
both
Creator,
constructed in the image of our Creator.
meaning our behaviors, in some shape or form, imperfectly echo His.
We could assume that this kind of
God has his doubts,
But-
but as the most
powerful
Being in the universe
he has no one above him
to turn to with questions, and no one to
Doubt but himself, and incredibly lonely and isolated.
This is deep. This song is deep. He's got some deep songs. This stuff is deep. My goodness.
Existence.
We must only assume that the common thread between God, Lucifer, and us is the desire for more, an eternal curiosity, a desire perhaps birthed from a seed of loneliness. If not, why would we exist in the first place? The constantly looping bittersweet irony is whether gifted by some omnipotent God or simply a byproduct of billions of years of evolution, here we stand in 2023 as creatures with free will, the only creatures that understand and define good from bad, creatures with the potential of a God. And what do we do with that free will, my friends? We willingly walk to the edge of a cliff in the name of progress.
I like how he's done it with like a computer or like a video game. I think that's pretty cool. I did like a video game.
We jump off the precipice. The empires we build ravage the earth. The natural order of things are necessary to survive. Any systems which do not honor homeostasis eventually perish. Our free will overrides our own biological instinct. We can take more than we eat. We can kill more than we need. We can willingly create weapons with the potential to burn everything we've built to the ground. We willingly decide to bow at the altar of greed, the most insidious and destructive of all sins. We put our faith in corporations who pose as rulers. We willingly allow ourselves to be led by outdated power systems ran by corrupted politicians
and bloated dictators who claim domain and dominion over an open and free land.
We willingly elect the corrupted when the decision was always ours to build something better. We willingly create and impose separation because of beliefs that we are force-fed through our phones and television sets. We always had the will to reject these things, but we adhere to them as though they were the laws of physics.
True.
War, famine, pestilence, greed, these aren't things imposed upon us by an all-powerful God or by his demonic adversary. They are here because of us. Not because of free will, but because of our inability to use it. We must be motivated to be better, not out of fear of punishment of an eternal damnation, but because the choice exists, because we love ourselves, because we have the power to absolve ourselves of so much unnecessary suffering. Take a second to be in this very moment. In this moment, how much suffering is happening all over the planet right now? How many people are dying of illnesses that could have easily been cured, but aren't because of the selfishness and greediness of humanity?
Yep. You trying to tell me that they don't have a cure for high blood pressure? I mean, I could even go on about cancer, but I'm talking about things about simple things. High blood pressure. Just think about things we can do and we can't cure somebody from high blood pressure. Everything in this world is about money. Everything is about money. People say money don't buy happiness. I mean, okay, that's what they say, but obviously that's not true because everybody wants more. I mean, you watch these YouTube videos on here. Half these YouTubers who make, millions and millions of dollars a year, even to giving them a suggestion, you got to pay them. That's crazy. It's greed is really rampant in this society we live in. No matter where you live at in this country or world, greed is everywhere. There's suffering everywhere. I was watching a YouTube video the other day of a guy pretending to be homeless and then blessing people. If they give him $100, he gives them $1,000. He blesses them with 1,000 times what they pay him or what they give him. Greed is everywhere and it's sick.
How many people break their backs and reject their own passions to simply afford bills and food? How many of us crave distraction from existence? How many of us numb that pain in whatever way necessary? How many children are being abused? How many people sleep cold and hungry on the streets? How many of us become cogs inside a machine that is destroying itself? How many...
Here's the machine right here. This is the machine that's helping us destroy ourselves. We're so addicted to our phones. I mean, you go to where I work at, when people have a minute of downtime, if you look around, that's all they're doing is put their heads down on their phone. Remember, if y'all have listened to Tom McDonald, he said it in one of his songs, you'll be looking down at your phone while they drop a bomb from a drone. I mean, that's where we're at in this society. I honestly feel that phones and our technology is going to be our downfall. I mean, we all use it. Hell, I'm on it right now. I'm doing this on it, our technology. So I definitely can't say that I don't, and I can't throw a stone because I do it too. But we are all addicted to our phones and this stuff. And it will be our downfall.
How many soldiers have been forced to fight in meaningless wars? How many humans have killed for ideals they don't believe in or understand? How many people have died for the greed of another man?
A lot.
And how much of this was avoidable? As written in the Bible, Satan was not condemned to hell. Satan was condemned to earth. He lives there amongst other creatures with free will, who always had the choice and still chose their own undoing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our self-made hell. The bittersweet irony is this is a creation of our own design. I'll leave you with this. Consider what you have done here today. You have worked together as individuals collaborating to form a giant neural network, a hive mind capable of achieving incredible things. We have lent on each other's strengths.
That's it. They've done so much with that video they just showed. Let me go back to it again. Where's it at here? So I got so much. I just got a new setup over here on my desk here, so I got things around, so I got to look around stuff here. Did you see the video? Hold on.
Hive mind capable of achieving incredible...
Right there. How many things have you all seen online of this video right here? I'm a big wrestling fan, and they did a thing where they're showing, like people or wrestlers winning the championship or entering at Royal Rumble to this video right here. It's funny.
Things. We have lent on each other's strengths to solve puzzles and decipher riddles. Ooh. And we've done so to win money. Imagine applying that same spirit and determination to creating the closest thing we have to paradise here on Earth. By using the power of collaboration, we can work together to even the playing field for everybody. Our dystopias can become utopias. Our Jahannams can become Jannah. Our hells can become heaven, right here on Earth. And this sentiment applies to atheists, agnostics, and believers alike. Myself, I'm an agnostic who believes. I believe in us. We must do better because we can choose to. We must be better simply because the option exists. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That was crazy. That was crazy. Ren's a master of writing stuff. I mean, he's incredible. I love listening to his stuff. He's awesome. I hope y'all like this too. I'm not going to keep y'all much longer. This is almost a 9-minute video here, so I hope y'all like this too. Please make sure you all spread the word about me. Get this word out about this channel. Let's help get this channel growing bigger. I'll see you all on the next video. Take care now. You hear?